Alright, I am Colleen. We're going over medium and large motors. Okay, the medium motor is right here. It is meant for attachments. Do not use this to drive with wheels. Just don't. It'll burn it out. Large motor is what you do with the wheels, and it will automatically set to what port it is. If we delete these and change the port and pull it back out again, it will change, and it went from A to D. Alright, so right here we can either just turn it off, or we can keep it on. We change it on to seconds, so it shows you how long it's going to run on, how many seconds. You can change that by just pressing the top, or you can go in the negative and it will decrease. It will give you a visual view up here. Degrees, it does the exact same thing. Okay, right now it's 360. If we change it to, let's just say 60, it'll give you once again a visual demonstration of where it's at. Rotations, you can just type in the number of rotations you have and it'll be good. And this is brake and coast. Coast, brake. Fairly simple. Alright, and you can use the NXT motors with this program.
Hello, I'm Ian. I'll be going over the move steering and move tank and drive blocks. The move steering block is more like the old move block, as you only can control both motors as one. You use the steering slider here to turn left and right between the two motors, or you can change it change the number it has here. You can also change the power by clicking above and below, like you could with the the large motor and medium motor. And you also have the same on-off, on for seconds, on for degrees, and on for rotations. And you also have the brake and stop. And then when you're programming, you can use this if you want to go straight, and if you want to measure something, you can use the port view and look and see how much it moves. And then you can type in the number you want. So say we want 1.11. We now can go to the hundredths decimal instead of just the tenths, unlike the NXT. Then the move tank is a new move block for the EV3. This allows you to control the left and right motor at different powers, and how you can tell which is left and right is by looking at the little text that says B plus C. Whichever is on the left will correspond to the left slider here, and whichever is on the right will correspond to the right slider here. If you want to drive forward, with tank drive, you will just have both of these set to the same number. If you want to have it drive backwards, you'll have it both set to the same negative number. And you'll be able to set the rotation, or on for rotation, degrees, seconds, or just on or off, like you could with all the other move blocks. Then you can set the distance that moves here, that the motors will rotate, and also brake or stop. If you use seconds, it's not really a good idea, as it will just keep going, and it's not the best for controlling how far you go, as the robot will go different distances at different battery levels.
Hello, I'm Philip Fishbein. I'll be talking about turning with the new EV3. As you know, with the steering block, you just have to change this number here. So we'll be talking about tank drive. Tank drive, you have two types of turning. You have a stop turn or a point turn, where you would stop one motor, or have one motor at 0 power. For example, we'll put B at 0, and then leave C where it is, and it will turn only one wheel moving and the other staying still. This will allow it to rotate around that point where that wheel is. To find out your distance that you would want to turn, you would use this court view down here like we showed you before with driving. Yes, except that one's not moving. So that's how you would turn here. You also have, this is what you would do for an accurate turn if you were going for accuracy. There is another turn called zero turn. This is where both wheels are turning but in opposite directions. So the way you'd want to do is set them to the same number, just one positive, one negative. Otherwise you'll be moving while turning. This will allow you to move in one spot and quicker than if you were doing a stop turn. So if you're going for speed, you would probably use a zero turn. And if you are also in tight spaces, zero turn would probably be better. And that's all for turning.